Hello everyone, today I will talk about the joint energy replenishment and data collection in wireless delay-tolerant sensor networks. First, I will give the introduction and then I will talk about the optimal energy replenishment and data collection problem. Finally, I'll do the conclusion. Now I'll introduce the background. We all know that the wireless sensor networks has been applied in many of the areas such as the military, environment, industry, and our daily life. The sensors in the wireless sensor networks has two main tasks. The first one is the monitor, such as the temperature, sound, and the pressure. And the second task is the data gathering, aggregate data from the sensor to the data sink. But there is a big problem to limit the use of the wireless sensor networks. Is the power issue, because most of the sensors are battery powered, so it has limited power. This is a report about the energy issue in wireless sensor networks. We can see that the wireless transmission consumes the most of the battery energy in all of the operations. So to solve the energy issue in the wireless sensor network, there are many approaches. At least the three most popular approach. The first one is the energy conservation, and the second one is the energy harvesting. The third one is the incremental deployment approach. But these three approaches has their disadvantage. It cannot be used in the practice. It cannot be better used in the practice. So we need a new technology. Fortunately, we have found it. The wireless charging technology is feasible, practical, and effective. Now I'll simply introduce the wireless charging technology. It can be divided into three popular technologies. The first one is the inductive coupling. Actually, the electrical toothbrush we use every day use this technology, and some smartphones also use this technology to recharge their phones. And the second one is the magnetic resistant coupling. It can be used to recharge the smart TV and the electrical cars. And the third one is the EM radiation. It is used for the long distance charging. I'll give a summary of these three wireless charging technologies. The first one is the inductive coupling. It is the simple one. It can have the high efficiency in the centimeter range, but the charging distance is very short, and it requires accurate alignment. And the EM radiation can divide it into the omnidirectional and unidirectional. For the omnidirectional, the receiver size is very small. But it cannot be used for long distance, even the middle distance. For the unidirectional, it can be used for the long distance, even the kilometer range, but it requires line of sight. And the magnetic resistant coupling, I think is the better one. It has the high efficiency in the middle range, and the omnidirectional, and it not require the line of sight, and it also is sensitive to the weather conditions. So some researchers have inspired by these ideas. They think we can use the wireless charging vehicle to recharge every sensor in the wireless sensor network. But this scenario also has the problem. The first one is they still use the long distance data transmission. That also consume most of the energy of the battery, and they didn't consider the relying sensors waste of the energy, and the travel cost and the energy capacity of the unmanned vehicle. So we think while we can't combine this collecting data and transfer energy together, if we combine these two approach together, we can cut the long distance transmission to the short distance ones, and when we replenishing the energy, we can also get the data. So let me introduce our scenario. We use a wireless charging vehicle to charging some select sensors. We call it's the virtual sync in the wireless sensor networks, and the neighbor sensors of these virtual syncs will transmit their data to these things, and wait for the wireless charging vehicle come to collect the data and recharging. Let's see our network model. We have a number of the sensors, and we divided the time into the time interval. After an area of time t, the wireless charging vehicle will travel into the wireless sensor networks and select some AFNs to charge. And the wireless charging vehicle just can carry amount of the energy. This is the general power consumption model. We use the Barry factor to represent whether the AFNI is selected to charge or not. If the omega I is equal to 1, it means that the AFNI is selected to be charged. If it is 0, it will not be charged. And every AFN has a buffer, and the buffer has a limited. This is the general flow routing for the sensor node. We detail it into the source node or the relying node. And for our unmanned vehicle, it will travel according to the shortest path. It's the Hamilton circle. And we can see the second equation is the limited of the energy capacity of the unmanned vehicle. And the last one is we need to guarantee the sensor eye has enough energy. It will not be die. So this is our problem formulation. Our objective is to maximize the amount of the data we can collect it. And we consider the flow routing energy constraints and the buffer constraints. We found that this problem is a mixed integer nonlinear programming. So we need to convert it to the mixed integer linear programming. This is our convention. So we develop, after formulation of the problem, we develop a heuristic algorithm to solve this problem. We first relax the mixed integer nonlinear programming problem to a linear programming problem and solve this linear programming problem for the upper bound, and we compare all the omega values, and we find the minimal one, and we set this minimal one to 0, and we interval relaxed and fixed to the rest of the omega. After we fix all the values of the omega I, we can rewrite this problem into a linear programming with given omega values, and we can find the feasible solutions. We also use the MATLAB to do some performance evaluation. We first compare the upper bound and the lower bound of this problem. We find that actually the upper bound and the lower bound is close enough. So we think our solution is better, is feasible, and we also do the comparison. We also do the comparison of the gradient algorithm or our heuristic algorithm. We can see that our gradient algorithm is better. Our heuristic algorithm is better than the gradient algorithm. Now I'll do the conclusion. Actually, we solve this data aggregation and energy replenishment problem. We use the optimization approach to solve this problem, and we had developed a heuristic algorithm. And through the simulation, we showed that our proposed scheme are better than other schemes. So that's all for my presentation. Thank you.